Hello, and welcome to County Perspective, the show that focuses on Frederick County government, local programs and events in the community that you live in. I'm your host, Brandon Rosa, and thank you for joining us. As we usually do at the top of our show, let's start things off with some recent news from Winchester Hall. After a month of review and consideration, the County Council voted to adopt the County Executive's budget for fiscal year 2019 on Tuesday, May 15th during their meeting and public hearing. The fiscal year 2019 budget will begin on July 1st and will run until June 30th of 2019. County Executive Jan Gardner presented her proposed budget on April 12th, following two public hearings in December and March. During the end of April, the County Council held budget workshops to review the proposed budget priorities. The adopted budget focused on educational excellence, like providing funding to enable the school system to give teachers and staff a salary increase, build new schools to address school overcrowding, and build new libraries like the Myersville Branch Library. The budget will also focus on safe communities by adding more 911 call takers to handle the growing amount of 911 emergency calls in the county. The new budget will provide county workers with a step increase that averages 3.5%. The county will see some new services with the implementation of a new senior services division. Transit will receive 3 all-electric buses. The Division of Public Works will continue to maintain 1,300 miles of roadways, and the Office of Sustainability and Environmental Resources will provide storm drain improvements to reduce pollution into waterways and our drinking water. Parks and Recreation will maintain and add new parks to the county, and more bikeways and trails will be added as well. The completion of the Office of Economic Development's Root Business Incubator was one of County Executive Gardner's new initiatives for fiscal year 2019, but Gardner has even more in store.
Two things that are new in this year's budget that I'm very pleased with is a small amount of money being set aside by unanimous vote of the County Council to support the startup and creation of a detox center in Frederick County so that we can really work to help people who are suffering from the scourge of addiction in our community. There's also some dedicated revenue for affordable housing, and that is a real goal that we must share as a community to make sure that all the people who work here can also afford to live here and be part of this great place that we call home.
For more information on the fiscal year 2019 budget, visit frederickcountymd.gov/budget. Frederick County experienced a strikingly large amount of heavy rain and flooding on Tuesday, May 15th, and the days that followed. County Executive Jan Gardner held a press conference to discuss the widespread damage just 2 days after the heavy rainstorms. A local state of emergency was issued as of 8 p.m. on May 15th to activate the emergency plans for county agencies. During the press conference, Executive Gardner stressed the importance for citizens to turn around and don't drown if water is occupying the road. Executive Gardner expressed appreciation to emergency responders, fire and rescue, law enforcement personnel, public works staff, and everyone who is working hard to help the county recover. More than 60 motorists were rescued from rising waters in just 2 nights. Frederick County emergency management officials said the thunderstorms and heavy rain dumped up to 7 inches of rain in parts of the county in just one evening. The county's emergency communications center took on a total of 300 calls to 911 in a 5-hour time period. The Division of Public Works continued to clear debris from roadways, and several county-maintained roads remained closed until they were repaired.
We've been very fortunate to not have experienced any loss of life in Frederick County, and for that we are very grateful. On Tuesday evening alone, the region received roughly the same amount of rain as the storm that caused the historic flooding of Carroll Creek in October of 1976. That storm in 1976 lasted for 16 hours. On Tuesday, we got the same amount of rain, about 7 inches, in less than 3 hours.
On Wednesday, May 23rd, the Frederick County Division of Fire and Rescue Services Emergency Medical Services Section were presented a 2018 Outstanding EMS Program Award for the state of Maryland. Each year, the Maryland Institute of Emergency Medical Services Systems recognizes individuals and programs as Maryland Stars of Life for their efforts in assisting in emergency responses. In March of this year, County Executive Jan Gardner nominated the division to the Maryland EMS Awards Committee to recognize Frederick County's EMS for providing advanced life support to over 250,000 residents and visitors of Frederick County. In the nomination letter, County Executive Gardner pointed out that the 405 uniformed career personnel and more than 700 operational volunteer personnel operate a unique three-tiered EMS response service. During 2017, the EMS section completed several projects to improve the already advanced emergency care system within Frederick County, like in-house paramedic training programs, which the inaugural class received a 100% first-time National Registry pass rate. The EMS section also received training for a tactical emergency services program. Later in the year, the EMS section added a mobile integrated health program that will reduce EMS overuse and unnecessary hospital admissions.
This is the first time we've been designated as the EMS agency on a statewide basis. So certainly very humbling to receive recognition from your peers, particularly on a statewide level, and we're very appreciative of the recognition. You know, a word of appreciation goes a long way for folks that work very hard throughout the course of the year.
Congratulations to all of our EMS team members. Frederick County is truly blessed to have such a dedicated and committed personnel in our community. Now, switching gears a bit, have you ever happened to come across some of your old VHS home recordings and asked yourself what you should do with these? Well, Frederick County Public Libraries has a solution for you.
Our new memory lab service at FCPL is has three parts. The first is digitize your family memories. So we have these really cool open memory lab events where people can come and digitize their analog memories. So if you have home videos and VHS or a couple of other formats, we're happy to help you digitize those. We also have scanners available so people can digitize their old photos or their slides and stuff like that. And the great part about the Open Memory Lab events is that we have volunteers on hand to help you through the process. So you won't get stuck just with this computer and not know what it is. We have trained team volunteers who are fabulous and will help you every step of the way.
If someone wants to take advantage of the memory lab, there are a few things that they want to know. So they're going to want to make sure to bring something with them that they want to digitize. So the formats that we accept are VHS, VHS-C, mini DV cassettes, photos, negatives, and slides. And then they would also want something to save their digitized files to. So that can be an external hard drive or a flash drive. If someone has a cloud storage account like Google Drive or Dropbox, they can save files to those accounts from the memory lab. So we have 5 stations, 2 are for scanning and then 3 are for video conversion. So we can accommodate 5 people at a time. It is kind of an open lab format, which is first come, first serve. So we usually suggest people get to the lab kind of on the early side of the event to get signed in and have the better chance of being in among the first people who are able to use the lab.
So in addition to digitizing your memories at our Open Lab events, we also have an oral history project, which is extremely exciting. We try to interview people in the community about their lives. So whether they've been here forever, that's a really great interview. Maybe they've been in Urbana their whole lives. That's something that's really important for us to sort of hear about our community, but also to contribute to the historical record. But we also are interested in people who just moved here, so we get a full sort of experience of who is living in Frederick County during this time of great change. There is an option that you can donate your interview when you're done to the Maryland Room at FCPL, so it will be preserved for generations to come. It isn't mandatory though, so if you just want to be interviewed and share that interview with your family and make sure it's passed down within your family or story, that's also something we're happy to help with. We all have these boxes of photos or videos in their basement, and it's great to digitize them, but what are you doing with it after? So people are sometimes watching their wedding videos for the first time at the Memory Lab and digitizing their 3-hour-long ceremony. That is going to be valuable to the core members of that family, but what could be really helpful and more shareable and better to pass down to future generations perhaps would be sort of maybe like a highlights reel. And so we offer video editing equipment on all of our laptops, so we can have volunteers help you craft your personal narrative and really take control over your story and what you're sharing with your family.
Yeah, we're very aware that not everyone in Frederick County is able to come to one of our library branches. And so we specifically chose memory lab equipment that would be mobile. We could have purchased really giant scanners that could never leave the building, but we wanted to make sure that we would be able to get out to different community centers and reach audiences that, for whatever reason, aren't able to come to the library. So we have partnered with some other organizations and taken the memory lab equipment to different community centers and held scanning events there. For more information about the Memory Lab, visit fcpl.org/memorylab.
We're going to take a quick break, but stick around. We have plenty more coming up on County Perspective. Welcome back to County Perspective. I'm your host, Brandon Rosa. Now, the Frederick County Department of Parks and Recreation has numerous opportunities for people of all ages to get involved in their community through a multitude of programs and events. Let's learn about a few of them that are geared towards our teenage population.
Frederick County Parks and Recreation is offering a lot of new opportunities for teens this spring and summer. Just a few of our opportunities this spring include some new drop-in programs for basketball at Oakdale and Walkersville Rec Center, as well as our Teen Leadership Committee. Coming up in summer, we've made some changes to our LIT and CIT program that are going to be really exciting. The Teen Leadership Committee is a new program we started this year for grades 6 through 12, and it aims to bring together all teens from any part of Frederick County to meet new friends, to connect with their community, learn more about what's going on, and contribute ideas to what they'd like to see happening in their community. A Teen Leadership Committee, or TLC, is working on a lot of projects right now. Each subcommittee of our group is working on creating partnerships and learning more about the community and some events or activities that they would like to see happening. Likewise, we're involved in a lot of volunteer opportunities coming on with Parks and Rec. And we're also working on building and developing different leadership skills or teamwork skills that are hopefully will build for future college and workplace. We meet monthly on the fourth Tuesday of the month from 6 to 7:30 at our main Parks and Recreation office. It is free and open to anyone who would like to join us. If you're interested in more information on our meeting details, current projects we're working on, or notes from our past meetings, you can visit recreator.com/teens for more information. This year, Frederick County Parks and Recreation has made several changes to our LIT, our Leader in Training, and our CIT, our Counselor in Training program. If you're in grades 6 through 8, you'll be happy to participate in our LIT Summer Camp program. It'll be a week-long camp program at Pinecliff Park. And our CIT program will be for grades 9 through 12, and it has opportunities throughout the summer at a variety of our camps for you to assist with our counselors and learn more about our camp program. Currently, we are accepting registrations for our LIT camp program. You can visit recreator.com for more information on the program and to register. And if you're a teen who's interested in learning more ways to get involved, Frederick County Parks and Recreation has a lot of opportunities going on. We also have classes for teens where you can learn to cook a whole meal from start to finish or earn some extra income as a certified babysitter in our Safe Sitter class. Like to play volleyball? We have that too, plus a variety of other teen sports programs. We hope to see you at one of our events, activities, or programs coming up here soon.
Now is one of my favorite parts of the show, where we get to take a look at a special little friend who could potentially be your family's newest member. Let's head on over to the Animal Control Center for a visit and take a look at this episode's featured pet.
The
shelter can be a scary place for many pets. Bodhi is one of the residents who finds FCAC a bit scary. Because of this, he doesn't show well in his kennel, but once he's off the adoption floor, he shines. Bodhi is a handsome pit bull mix with a sweet disposition. He's well-mannered and has previously lived with children and cats. Please call 301-600-1546 to make an appointment to visit Bodhi at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center, 1832 Rosemont Avenue.
With summer around the corner, a lot of events and activities are starting to take place. Let's take a look at a few that the county is hosting for the community. To find more events and programs, or for more information, log on to the county's webpage, frederickcountymd.gov. At the end of our show, we like to mention a few things our viewers should keep an eye out for in the upcoming weeks. With early voting coming up from June 14th through the 21st, and primary elections on June 26th, the Frederick County Board of Elections are looking for election judges to staff polling locations throughout the county. The Board of Elections are interested in appointing chief judges, check-in judges, voting unit judges, ballot issuing judges, and provisional judges. All election judges will be compensated $150 on election day for their service and for attending a training class. In order to qualify, an individual must be a registered voter and be at least 16 years of age, be able to read and write in English, and work well with others. The last day to register as a voter and or to become an election judge is June 5th. If you would like to apply to become an election judge, visit frederickcountymd.gov/elections, click on Be an Election Worker, and then click the link on the page to apply. For more information, call 301-600-8683 or email electionjudge@frederickcountymd.gov. Coming up next month, the Frederick County Department of Housing and Community Development and the Frederick Affordable Housing Council will hold the June Bloom Housing Fair on June 16th from 9:30 a.m. to 4:00 p.m. at the Arc. This event will be held to provide opportunities for community partners who produce and preserve affordable housing, spur development, provide community services and resources to the community. Classes and workshops for participants will be held for mortgage and down payment assistance programs, home repairs 101, rental assistance programs, and more. If you would like more information on the June Bloom Housing Fair, call 301-600-6091 or visit frederickcountymd.gov/housing. That's it for this episode of County Perspective. Don't forget to follow Frederick County on social media in order to keep up to date on important news and events. We'll see you next time for a fresh look from a county perspective.